In this video, I'm going to show you how to make delicious chocolate buttercream to frost the outside of a cake. I hate the word frost. Hi, it's Karolyn. If you want to learn how to bake and decorate amazing cakes, then I would love for you to join me by hitting subscribe and the bell. So I had a comment not too long ago to ask me to show you how I make chocolate buttercream and frost the outside of a cake with it. And like I said at the beginning, I hate the word frost. I always say ice cakes. So when I make chocolate buttercream to ice the cake with, I don't like to use cream cheese. I make a chocolate buttercream filling where I use cream cheese as a base, but when I almost said frost. When I ice the outside of the cake, I don't like to use a cream cheese based icing because I feel like it doesn't hold up as well. It doesn't smooth as well. It's just, I don't like to ice the outside of a cake with cream cheese icing. It only goes in the middle. And that's personal preference. You may have done it with success, but this is just what I prefer to do. And before we get started, I just need to thank you guys. I released my pound cake recipes last week and I am overwhelmed with the support from you guys. You guys have been buying this book and loving the book, and I will actually link that in the description for you if you want to try out the best pound cakes ever. So let's get started. To make this recipe, you're going to need 2.5 sticks of butter. I prefer to use salted butter. This is 10 ounces and it is room temperature. So if I press my finger into it, it'll make an indent. A half cup of high ratio shortening. This is Sweetex shortening. I prefer to use high ratio shortening in my icing. You can use other shortenings. I do have a video where I compare different shortenings and I will link that below. 2 pounds of powdered sugar. You can use any brand that you want. Between a half cup and 3/4 cup of Hershey's cocoa, or you can use any brand of cocoa powder that you like. I just prefer Hershey's. My favorite flavoring, Wilton clear vanilla, and you're going to need a little bit of liquid. I just like to use water. You can use milk or cream if you prefer. To start, my camera was not filming when I first started this, but I just added the 2.5 sticks of butter and the shortening to the bowl, and I'm just whipping it on a medium, like a 5 out of 10 for about 2 minutes. And then I'm going to turn that off and add the cocoa powder. Now first I want to add like 3 tablespoons of water to the bottom, and then I'm going to add, it's about like 3/4 cup of cocoa powder. You can add however much chocolate powder that you want. If you add more, it's going to have a deeper chocolate flavor. And then I'm just going to pulse that. I have to cover it with the towel so it doesn't get everywhere. But now it's starting to mix together, and I like to scrape down the sides and the bottom just because I don't like to use a scraper blade. If you have a scraper blade, you can skip this step, but I'm constantly scraping the sides and the bottom of the bowl. And I am just mixing that for another minute or so on about a 5 out of 10. And then I want to add some more liquid before I add the sugar. So I did 3 tablespoons of liquid plus I did 2 teaspoons of vanilla. I always eyeball the vanilla. You could do between 1 and 3 teaspoons of vanilla. And then I'm going to add the entire 2-pound bag of powdered sugar. I'm going to pulse it, but I have to cover it so I don't get a sugar cloud everywhere. And now you see it still is really thick. So I'm adding a little bit of liquid at a time until I get it to the right consistency. And then once that is done mixing, I'm going to, again, scrape the sides and the bottom of the bowl. Since I don't like using a scraper blade, I have to do it manually. And then let's put that back on about a 5 out of 10, just to whip it together and see what result I get. Now, as I'm trying to move the spatula through here, it still feels like it's a little too thick, so I'm going to add about another half tablespoon of liquid. And the amount of liquid you add is going to depend on the humidity. When it's humid in the summer, I always add less liquid, and in the winter, when it's really dry, I need to add more liquid. So now I have my cake. This is filled with ganache filling, and it has been settling, and I'm going to do a crumb coat first. So I'm just doing a really thin layer of the icing around the bottom part, and then I put icing on the top, and then I do a little more around the top edge. So I wanted to come over the top of the cake. And then I have my bench scraper here, and I was dipping it into a pot of really hot water. You didn't see me doing that, but I just want to scrape the sides, and then I'm pressing back that excess icing. And once that's done, I'm going to set that in the fridge for about 3 to 4 hours so the icing can solidify, and then I'm going to take it out of the fridge and put the final coat of icing on. Now, I have a video where I go into complete detail on how I frost cakes, and I said frost, on how I ice cakes, and I'm going to link that in the description. I tell you step by step everything I do, the whole process, so I can get really smooth, perfect buttercream cakes. So I'm getting the icing to stick over the top edge so I can get a nice sharp edge, and then I'm going to dip my bench scraper in the hot water, wipe it off, and use that hot metal to smooth the sides of the cake. Make sure you're holding the bench scraper straight so you get straight edges on the cake. And then I'm going to take my Viva paper towel and smooth out any ridges or any imperfections in the cake. Now, you must use a crusting buttercream when you do this method, or else the paper towel is going to stick to the cake and it's going to be super annoying. And then I'm using my fondant smoother to press that icing against the cake, again, trying to get a very straight edge. And I'm just trying to scrape off some of this excess. I put a little too much over the top. And now I'm holding my spatula straight, perfectly straight, and I am pressing that excess icing back so I can get a nice sharp edge. And this is all covered in my video where I talk about how to ice perfect buttercream cakes. I'm going to stick that in the fridge for about 5 minutes just to make sure that it's really crusted. And I'm taking a piece of butcher paper and my fondant smoother, and I'm really pressing that against the side of the cake. This is going to remove any imperfections that Viva paper towel left in the buttercream. And I'm just using my spatula to refine that edge to get it really crisp and sharp. And I like to use a little bit of hot water on the top to smooth it out. Now it can discolor the top. I'm actually putting on another tier on the top, so I'm not really concerned about what it looks like in the middle. And then I'm using that hot water just to smooth out all the imperfections in that icing and make it look nice and pretty and perfect. And there's your chocolate buttercream cake. So there you go. Super simple, delicious chocolate buttercream icing. And the method that I use to smooth this with the paper towel and the paper can only be used with this crusting buttercream. You must have a crusting buttercream to do that smoothing method. If you ice cakes with a meringue buttercream, it doesn't form a crust, so you can't use the paper towel or the paper to smooth it out. You have to do a different process. Now, if you find the paper towel is starting to stick to the icing, just let it sit for, I don't know, 2 to 5 minutes until the icing forms a crust, and then you can do the whole smoothing method. Sometimes you just have to wait a little bit for it to crust. So I think that's it. If you guys have any ideas for videos or anything else that you would like me to teach you, please leave it in the comments below. I'm trying to gather many different ideas as I create more content for you. Please like this video if you liked it, and if you are enjoying my tutorials, I would be so grateful if you could buy me a coffee. My link is pinned in the comments below. And you can keep in touch on socials and check out my website. Everything is listed in the description. And if you want to stick around, you can watch this video next and hit subscribe and the bell if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys. And remember, it's cake have fun. Why did I say it like that? I'll see you on the next one. Bye.